Hello and welcome to the Fourth and Clutch podcast. My name is Darren. I know it's been a minute, guys. Just life has been lifing with me and Elias as of right now. But I did want to crank out a quick episode today because Osama being Kevin Patullo has been fired as the Eagles offensive coordinator. It was time for him to go. I've been saying it all year. You guys know that. How do I feel about it? I feel amazing. He needs to go start flipping burgers down at the good old Shake Shack. Go get the flipping burgers, Kevin Patullo, you dickhead. Because you are never going to coach again in the NFL. You are awful at your job. You ran the same 15 to 20 plays all year and just hoped they worked. They just hoped they work. How does someone in Kellen Moore, granted, Kellen Moore did turn the season around for the Saints there at the end of the year. Kellen Moore, who doesn't have the most creative playbook at times, took this team to the most explosive offense in the NFL last year, somehow, some way. Same team, damn near, and we can't get the same production because our head coach is a bozo too. Our offensive play calling was abysmal all year. Nick Sirianni, okay, I don't care if we won the Super Bowl last year, guys. Nick Sirianni has to go too, Eagles fans. I'm sorry, I'm saying this as a fellow Eagles fan, but Nick Sirianni also has to go. He got bailed out last year by Kellen Moore and Vic Fangio. And then this year's the same thing. His sideline antics, getting in players' faces, his lack of accountability for anything that goes on when things go bad. He does not take accountability for anything, i.e. Brian Johnson, i.e. Kevin Patullo this year. He doesn't take accountability. And for him being an offensive mind, he doesn't do anything to help the offense. He just makes it worse. So going into the offseason now, our offseasons are here for the Eagles because we got bounced out by the 49ers. Don't get me started with that. But with Kevin Patullo out, I do think there's a big regime change coming. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if Nick Sirianni's about to get fired too. I know a lot of people might find that crazy, but with this coaching cycle that's happening right now, guys, there's so much opportunity in head coaching hiring right now that if you're the Eagles, this is the time to make that move. You can go get a Kevin Stefanski. You could go get a John Harbaugh. Me personally, I want Stefanski. I think Stefanski's a hell of a coach. I know people are like, oh, the way to the Browns, guys. He won Coach of the Year twice with the Browns. The Browns are just an organizational issue. No one's gonna succeed there. Like Tom Brady can succeed in Cleveland if he tried. So I do think he is the absolute go-to. If we were to make the head coaching swap, I would go with Kevin Stefanski. But as of right now, it looks like an offensive regime change. If I'm an Eagles fan, I definitely am looking at Kevin Patullo. Get Kevin Patullo fuck on out of here. I'm looking at Brian Dable. Brian Dable is the first thing that comes to mind for me. I know people are already saying Mike McDaniel, something like that, but Mike McDaniel's probably get a head coaching job somewhere else. If I had to take a guess this year. But I like Brian Dable for a few reasons. One, experience at Saquon. Two, he knows Jalen Hurts' game because he coached him in college. So they would have a similar system to that, I would assume. Three, the reason you bring in a guy like Brian Daboll is because he'll help the pass game a lot. And on top of that, he is someone that will be there for at least 2 to 3 years. Because of the way his stint went with the Giants, the way it ended, he won't get any head coaching opportunities probably for at least 2 to 3 years. So that's why I'm saying that's a perfect hire for Philadelphia because we've gone through OCs like crazy. We've gone through OCs like crazy. So Daboll, I think, is the answer here. That's my go-to hire, personally. I know some of my Todd Monken is out there. The only issue with Monken is that I don't know how the pass game would work with him. I know he turned Lamar into a bit of a thrower as well. But I do think that Daboll would complement the defense a lot better to where we could work as a better unit than Todd Monken coming in. I've seen some other names thrown out there too as well, but the two that really come to mind for me is Daboll. Daboll is, like I said, my personal first choice. And I saw someone earlier say Greg Roman. I don't want Greg Roman anywhere near this team. Greg Roman couldn't just get Greg Roman out. Don't even mention him. Don't mention him. I don't want him anywhere in this organization at all. But I said Daboll, Mike McDaniel. Like I said, that's the ultimate choice. I think. Like I said, he's probably get the head coaching job somewhere else. But the instead he doesn't, we do get him. But the only thing is, it'll be another situation where it's a 1-year rental probably, and he'll probably be a head coach next year somewhere else. Or we get smart, you fire Nick Sirianni and you just promote Mike McDaniel to head coach or Stefanski, whoever you bring in. But yeah, if you're Philadelphia, this was the right move. It should have been done weeks ago. It should have happened a long time ago. But it was malpractice what Nick Sirianni let happen this year. I'm very surprised that Howie Roseman or Jeffrey Lurie didn't step in sooner. I think just our defense was so good this year that they just kind of let it ride out. I think the defense could push through the bad offense. But we got 2 picks in the game on Sunday, and we got 3 points out of it. You're not going to win games off scoring 3 points off of 2 interceptions. You're just not. Vic Fangio, give him a blank check. Hey, Vic, we know you don't want me head coach anymore, but whatever money dollar amount is to keep you here till you want to stop coaching, here's the check, fill it out. Do whatever the hell you want. We don't care if we pay you more than the head coach. We don't care. Can't let Vic leave the building. Whatever we do not let Vic Fangio leave the building. 2, going into the offseason, a lot of big names for free agents for Philadelphia. Nakobe Dean is technically be free agent. Reed Blankenship, Braden Mann, Brett Toth, Fred Johnson, Jalen Phillips. A bunch of guys are being on the free agent market for us. The way I see it is this: sign Jalen Phillips, sign Braden Mann. I know that's not going to be a popular one for you guys, but Braden Mann is one of the better special team punters in the league. I think he'd be a huge asset just to keep on the team. So keep Braden Mann. I'm very hit and miss with the next 2 I'm about to say, which is Nakobe Dean and Reed Blankenship. The reason why I'm kind of okay letting Nakobe Dean go is just because we have Jihad Campbell there, and he could kind of essentially just be a plug-and-play player right away and ascend right away as well. My issue with Nakobe Dean is the injury bug is starting to add up on him, and I don't want to be that team that we pay this guy all this money, he starts getting injury history already on his rookie contract. So I say we kind of let Nakobe walk as he comes back on a more team-friendly deal, but I'm perfectly fine rocking out with Jihad if we let Nakobe Dean go. I'm perfectly fine with that. Next up, Reed Blankenship. I'm very 50-50 with Reed. Is he a solid safety? Yes, but he's becoming a liability in coverage. He really showed that this year, especially in that playoff game against the Niners this weekend. He totally blew that trick play coverage. He read it the whole time, but for whatever reason, he bit down and he got beat over the top. I do think that's a position we can reload in the draft. 100%. I have full faith in Howie Roseman's judging talent. We'll get Andrew Makuba back next year, who I think was on a great path in ascending until he got hurt. We'll have Makuba back next year. And I think we do just build through the draft on the defense side of the ball again. Same with the offense. I definitely say re-sign Fred Johnson. He's a must re-sign just because Lane Johnson's probably on the way out. Maybe after this year, he might just call it quits. So I do say bring Fred Johnson back. Another one that I didn't talk about yet is Dallas Goedert. Obviously, I would love to have Dallas Goedert back. I just don't know what type of contract he's going to demand after the year he just had with us. He's going to be down demanding a lot more money than probably what we're willing to pay. So I'd be okay maybe, like I said, it's in a situation like Nakobe Dean. If you get him on a slightly more team-friendly deal, I say bring him back. If not, I'm kind of cool letting him walk. We could draft a tight end. Or there's some other tight ends that might be available out there. A Cole Kmet out of Chicago. I think it's something that could come in and plug in and kind of play a similar role. A lot better in blocking than Dallas Goedert is. Dallas Goedert is a more receiving tight end because I need Grant Calcaterra off this team because he is terrible too. Get Calcaterra out this team. But yeah, guys, a lot going into the offseason for the Eagles for them to focus on. It's more just an offensive issue. Like I said, they got the main cancer out there in Osama bin Patullo. But I do think Nick Sirianni's on a very short leash this year. He's not allowed to ever promote OCDC ever again. It's never worked out for him. Brian Johnson was abysmal, but somehow Kevin Patullo was worse than Brian Johnson. For those of you that know, you know. But yeah, a lot going into this offseason. I'll definitely keep updating you guys on anything Philadelphia because, like I said, I'm just a diehard Eagles fan. I do think there's a lot to go in the AJ Brown situation. I think very depending on who we bring in as the OC will be very dependent if we keep AJ or not. I'm not opposed to trading AJ, but the thing is, what do we trade him for? Are we gonna get a second, third round pick out of him still? Or you go get defense out of him, or go get an offensive lineman out of him. We just need something. If we do trade AJ, it needs to be worth the trade for Philadelphia. It needs to make sense because you also have Jahan Dotson on who's a free agent. I would not mind bringing Jahan Dotson back as a slot receiver because I think he'd be very successful as a slot guy in the offense. I was kind of disappointed in the way we use him this year. Granted, it's Kevin Patullo calling plays, so that says a lot. But I do think Jahan Dotson is someone that has a very good complementary piece to Smitty in that slot position. Smitty can be the one 100%, but we're still going to need to bring in a receiver if we lose AJ Brown, whether we want to or not, whether it's through the draft, via trade, via free agency. A lot to work on for Philadelphia going forward, guys. Like I said, it's more than a Kevin Patullo issue. That's the main issue, of course. But the head coaching position is an issue in Philly right now. I thought we should got rid of Nick Sirianni at the end of the 2023 season when we started 10-1, and then somehow just lost every game after starting 10-1. So I do think Sirianni is on a very short leash. Like I said, he got bailed out last year by Cal Moore and Vic Fangio winning that Super Bowl. Because you guys are looking at Nick Sirianni's clock management was abysmal this year. It was absolutely terrible. Even the game against the 49ers, we went for a fourth down. Kevin Patullo called the same play again. What else is new? Hoping that it worked. It didn't fucking work. And he called the timeout to try to get the right play call in. You do know that by wasting that timeout, that you gives no chance to get the ball back for another opportunity. And there's other games throughout the whole year where Nick made a bunch of dumb decisions in terms of the clock management. He has to go. I've been out Nick Sirianni for a few years now. Like I said, he's been bailed out by his coordinators year in, year out. I personally would want to let Sirianni go, bring in Kevin Stefanski as the head coach. That's who I'd want as head coach. Like I said, 2-time coach of the year in Cleveland. Just not successful because of the organization. But but it's looking like we'll probably keep Sirianni, unfortunately. I said Daboll, option number one. My opinion, like I said, just has that experience with Jalen Hurts, with Saquon Barkley, would improve the pass game. And we definitely need to add more offensive line depth going into next season as well. Like I said, Lane Johnson's on his way out. As I said, you need to decide Fred Johnson, but also just add depth to the O-line and just do what we can, build through the draft that way as well. But yeah, guys, I just really want to come in and talk about kind of like my outlook on the Eagles going into the offseason, especially because of the firing of Osama bin Patullo. Thank you guys for firing him finally. It took too damn long. He should have been fired the moment that clock hit 0 on Sunday. He should have been fired, but we waited till today for whatever reason. But neither here nor there. Point is, he's fired. You guys will expect more out of me and Elias coming soon, guys. Like I said, just life has just been in the way of things. He's been so busy. I've been busy getting stuff together, guys, and we just haven't had time to record, in all honesty. But we all know his Bears are off to a great start right now in the playoffs with a huge comeback win over the Packers. We'll see what happens this upcoming weekend. I don't want to make any predictions right now because I am going to try to convince him to crank out an episode if we have time, because I know my schedule is pretty busy this week too. I think his is too as well. But we'll try cranking out an episode for you guys very, very soon. At the bare minimum, going into the championship weekend for AFC and NFC championships, we should get an episode out for you guys. I think that's all we have to go over today. Just wanted to really talk about Kevin Patullo being fired. Eagles fans, rejoice. We are saved. The bad man is gone. He is gone. Nick Sirianni, you're next. Start updating your LinkedIn profile, buddy, because you're about to get fired too. You're about to get fired. But yeah, guys, that would be it for this little mini episode, about 15-minute episode here out of me. Just a rant video pretty much about how bad my team is because our offense coordinator is a bozo. But yeah, this has been Fourth and Clutch, guys. This is Darren. I am out.